Hello again, my name is Theo Gilbert at the University of Hertfordshire, and in this video we'll be looking at a piece of filmed group work amongst international students of the Centre for Academic English, which was recorded a couple of years ago. And in this assignment, this assessment, because they are in an exam, students were asked to do what they have been doing in all their seminars on the CAE, the Centre for Academic English program that they're on, and that is bring along each of them an article that relates to a topic that they are going to likely be covering in their future degree, because they are on a course in preparation of their academic English for such degrees, and to present it through notes, for example, giving the precise reference details, the author, the publication date and the publication, present that and then invite the group to discuss it with them. And each student does this one by one. So here we are in this examination room, a TV studio with two examiners and the TV cameras rolling. You will notice immediately that one of the students has quite a stammer and has difficulty sometimes freezing in the middle of sentences. You can be sure that he was invited by his CAE tutor to do this assignment, this assessed assignment, with the tutor alone in a room separate from the exam TV studio. But he refused that. He wanted to be treated the same as everybody else, and he needs to pass this along with other assignments in preparation for getting onto a master's degree in computer science. These courses are run for about 4 weeks each. So in this video you will see that students have known each other for around 3 weeks. So they don't know each other very well. Perhaps you could show this video to your students and ask them to just notice around 5 things that take their attention that could be described as compassionate. That means letting students have a go at seeing how much they can notice here. Here it is.
Artists and athletes, I think, they may not participate in the exam. So do you think there are any negative effects of the university entrance exam for the Chinese students?
No, I don't think that are connected to your mobile devices through the Bluetooth. You can use it as a GPS. If you are in a new country and you want to find a hotel where you want to live, or you want to search for the nearest train station, then you can just ask to the Google Glasses, and it will show you where the nearest.
I wonder what you and your students noticed about what was going on, particularly with the non-verbal body language in that film. It's important, you see, to sharpen up our micro-ethnographic skills. That is, our skills, and that term comes from anthropology, of really noticing what's going on in interactions between people. Because this skill is part of the first component of compassion, which is to notice distress. We can't do anything about it unless we notice it first. Now, let's have a look at that film again, together, and see what we notice now. We start here with this young man who has knocking knees virtually here. He's from northern China, feels quite shy in class.
Do you think
And he's going to have to ask the group a question. about his article.
University entrance exam for the.
So he's asking that question, some discomfort here,
No, I don't.
to the young man on his right and checking with his eye contact, seeing he's not
I don't
okay,
think that-
and puts his hand on the young
I'm
man's
going to-
leg, which he keeps there for the rest of this
to your
exam.
mobile devices
Meanwhile,
to
on
the-
this side, we see this strange shielding, a wall building type
You can
gesture
use a
between the examinee and the examiners
GPS.
and the rolling film cameras.
So
There is some distress here about
so-
something.
so
Why is he checking with the institution?
if you are
He's decided to go ahead,
you are
whatever it
new-
was,
a new,
and support this
a new
student
country and,
with bodily contact.
and you want
The
to
knees are still knocking here, but the
Yeah.
arm doesn't move. This
find
young
a
man
hotel where
is
you want
going
to live,
to
or you want
throw this student off in a minute. Have a look. The
to
checking,
search for
the nodding,
nearest,
the supporting.
nearest
You see it?
train station.
And he
then you can
taps.
just-
I
and
understand.
you can just ask,
But he comes back again.
ask to the Google Glasses.
I'm
and
still
it will-
here.
will-
And this student, I'm
Right.
still
and
here.
it will show you
And the nodding.
where the nearest.
There was a lot to notice in that video, and everything meant something. It's worth remembering that none of the students in this video had been exposed to the compassion pedagogy in any way. So what we see here are students' natural resources of compassion, that caring motivation that is embedded and ingrained in the brain, that cannot be overcome even by the circumstances of each student's nervousness at being in this exam situation. How can we throw this resource away when we have so much work to do with it in the education system? In our next video, therefore, we will leave these heroes, these noble angels, as I would call them, Inzheng, Gagui, Tianxie, and look at how compassion is indeed, as we see in this film, very useful for working with diverse groups of students of very much ethnic difference between their communities, because compassion is internationally, cross-culturally valued and recognized. We'll think about that and how that really helps a lot in the classroom, and what sort of activities we can do with that to draw students closer together so that they too can experience and explore the micro skills of compassion at which they are evidently so good.